17th green, he shot a 68. Russell Knox of Scotland had a 68 and was another shot behind. Tiger Woods, meanwhile, moved up 49 shots on the leaderboard after a 65 so early in the morning that he finished 2 hours before McIlroy started. Woods wound up in a tie for the 17th, though he was still 7 shots behind. Woods has never won on the tour when trailing by more than 5 shots going into the final round, though he once came from 8 shots behind to win on the European Tour in 1998. McIlroy, coming off the worst season of his young career, began to turn the corner late last year and finally won at the Australian Open. Twice this year in stroke play tournaments he had chances to win going into the final round in Abu Dhabi and Dubai. He gave a supreme example of that on the par 3 7th hole. McIlroy opened with 2 birdies in 3 holes and was motoring along until pulling his approach on number 6 and chipping poorly to make a bogey. On the next hole he pulled his tee shot well left of the green. The ball wound up under a plummeter push and McIlroy had to take a penalty drop. Playing off the pine straw to an elevated green, he pitched it beautifully into the slope and passed the pin by about 8 feet and then holed that for a bogey. That was his last mistake until missing the green to the right from the middle of the 14th fairway and missing a 6-foot putt. Henley has only 2 top 10s in 32 starts on the tour since he won the Sony Open last year. He's trailing by 2 shots and also is well behind on experience in the last group, but he loves the idea he had at least a chance. Even so, McIlroy has proven to be tough to catch. Ever since he blew a 4-shot lead at the Masters 3 years ago, he has converted every 54-hole lead into a win.
Welcome back. You're still watching Sprint. I'm joined now with Alessandro Pia. He's the Alps Tour administrator. I'd like to thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, let's first start, Alessandro, with the tournament that's held. It's the second time to have the Alps Tour events held in Egypt. You're commencing the season. So I want to see how did it start with you this season?
I mean, it's perfect. The location is perfect. The courses are perfect. Everyone is happy to start the season here, especially because, well, almost all the players are coming from North Europe, so they are actually having a very cold and rainy and snowy winter. Yes. So when we see their face here when they are playing with the short sleeve and polo, and they're very happy about that. And
yes, they're happy that you leave with this enormous amount of clothes, of course.
Exactly.
And also, it's like it's hot. Today it's hot. It's like 30 degrees.
Exactly.
So it's fabulous weather.
Absolutely, that's the perfect weather to play golf. Actually, I mean they really can train. They can train every day. They can play training in very perfect condition. It's nothing more than they can ask, especially coming from Europe.
Yeah. So I guess a part of your scope is definitely looking at the course itself, looking
exactly.
at the stay. So you're like arranging every details about these events. So it's not an easy thing to be knowing everything, and you're almost having like 20 events, as I understand, across the year. So if you can explain to me the experience in Sokhna Club.
Well, the courses are quite new, but quite good. When we came last year, first the courses were just open, so we can saw they were really new, and some part of the courses were just ready for the tournaments. Well, this year is, I cannot believe how in 1 year both courses progresses, and we spoke yesterday with a couple of players and say, well, last year we came and it was absolutely amazing already play, and this year we cannot see. It looks like the courses are already more open for more than 5 years, so they're really progressing a lot, and I can see that from experience. It's like we play really two of the best courses of the season, I'm honest. We play very good course all around Europe, but these two courses are high level, really.
Yeah, it's good. It's good also for a start for the players. They're practicing and they're heading for the upcoming events. So it's a good start for them.
Well, what I can say is, for them, passing these 2 weeks here is like escaping for inside and indoor practicing, you know, and starting really to do what they do during all the season. If the player have to stay in Europe, then they have to pass probably 1 month and more to practice inside. Then here it's really like playing. They start early, and that's perfect for them.
So definitely, as a team, you had challenges. We spoke to the director and of the Alps tours, and she also told us you had challenges in order to come here in light of the perception about what's happening in Egypt. If you can describe to me this challenge and the experience.
Well, if I have to be honest, when we came, there was a few television, few news in Europe were quite bad concerning Egypt. No problems at all when we arrived. The situation is really quiet, and we are perfectly welcome from everyone, and we didn't see anything, honestly. So I mean, maybe there is a little bit overreacted in Europe concerning what is happening, but then I don't want to touch these things because I don't know, but I think what we are living here is absolutely perfect. There's nothing we can ask more than that.
That's good. And if we go back to the setup itself, because the setup, the golf course, the environment, the weather, they're all aspects that relates to the golf player when it comes to compete. So I'd like to know from you more about the game itself. How did the games go?
Well, if we talk about weather, of course the weather is one of the most important points we can touch concerning golf, because the game is an outdoor game, so it's influenced by weather, you know.
Yes.
It's true that then the weather is the same for all the players, but it's even true that, for example, if an English guy is playing in the rain, in the wind, they used to do that in their country, so they are taking an advantage, you know, for this kind of weather. Well, here the weather is.
This is why Stephen Brown won the English.
Well, no, they are good. They are good anyway.
Yes.
But this is just was just an example. But the weather is really influencing the game. So in this case, they are finding a perfect condition probably to play. As we say yesterday, 25 degrees, between 20 and 25 degrees with sun and no wind was the perfect condition they can find, and they are so the scores were good. I mean, the results were good because they found a very good.
Found also a very competitive ending. So it's like the top three is like 10 under, 9 under, and 8 under, which is very close to each other.
Exactly, but this is when the level is growing on Alps Tour. The level in the last few years, level of game is grown a lot for this reason. And so the results are not sure till the bottom of the tournament, to the end of the tournaments. They can really change everything in the last few holes. So it's, but that's why the players are good, you know.
But also from an higher view or holistic view perspective, Stephen Brown won last year. Yep. He had 7 under. Now he's having 10 under, which is like a progression in his skills. When we spoke to him, he said more or less it's related to the golf courses itself.
Yeah, because
so he believes there is a progress in this aspect.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, the greens are better. The greens are where we finish in the game, where is the part where the ball is rolling in the hole, just to be clear. And of course, with the improving of the course, the ball is rolling better because the grass is getting perfectly cutted, and that will be better every year. And so even for the players, it's easy to hold, as we say, you know, because the ball is rolling better when they putt, when they finish the hole, the ball is getting perfectly in the line where they are sending it. So that's the reason why.
Perfect. That's like technical details.
Yeah.
So this is part of your scope also. Do you take these type of aspects and go in details with it, even the golf course and their practice and their observation and inspection for these golf courses?
But this is a big aspect of my job, because we are, of course, we have a standard of courses. We cannot play hard surf tournaments in all the courses, and so we come before to see courses. We see how it works. All the team who is working the course, if they are ready to host us. And let me say then, the team here is working very well. They really do. They follow our guideline. They follow our suggestion, and the courses are absolutely ready to host a professional event. As I said before, even the design of the course and everything is really set in the best way possible for our player. And
Yes,
that's,
and we're actually living this, looking at the greenery and looking at the grass and the course itself. It looks really smooth and flat, and I know it depends technically on this slopes and stuff. How is it going also on this golf course?
Well, it's good. Everything is setting. If we compare with the new courses, what I can find is the new courses is growing better, and there is more. And now I have to use some technical words to
Yes,
to
sure,
explain
please.
you how it works. The green area, the grass area,
Yeah.
are put it in between the deserts, so we can call that. You can see really the green line of the golf course, and to the side you can see this what we call waste area, so the sand area, and that give to the course a very beautiful aspect, because you can really see green and sand. You know, there is these two
That's
things
from
together.
the beauty aspect, but also from the technical aspect. Does it add value because you know the boundaries of
Yeah,
of this course?
I was coming there, because then when the balls of the player are going outside of the perfect line, that they find sand. So this is a aspect that they don't find normally in the European courses. You
So
know,
it's easier
so,
for judges.
some players like, some players don't. It's like
Yes.
everything. So it's up
Does it
to
affect the results? I mean,
can be, but they learn quickly how to manage that as well. You know, it's a
Yes.
new situation for them, and they quickly understand what they have to do to manage it.
but from your perspective, it adds something good because you want things in boundary and tight and according to the guidelines.
Yeah, honestly, yes.
Yes.
But in my opinion, I look at as well the view. It's not,